We are now in critical times as a result of man's irresponsible and uncaring actions on the Earth's natural processes. Today, we are living witnesses of beaten up mountain ranges, denuded with trees, fouled with destructive waste, exploited and vandalized.
Around the world, there's a rapid depletion of mountains' life-giving resources due to perverse economic incentives and political motives, inappropriate technology, and land tenurial insecurity, greed, and indifference.
Indeed, indicators of global ecological problems are unfolding before us in catastrophic dimension. In the Philippines, drought continues to ravage the country that has destroyed millions of dollars worth of crops, reduced water supply, and caused widespread blackouts as power companies become helpless with the decreasing water levels in hydroelectric dams.
Plus the fact that our country has just survived the series of typhoons late last year that destroyed 1.5 million metric tons of rice, countless infrastructures, displaced people, and caused hundreds of deaths and substantial amount of property damage.
Indeed, these are the outcome of the senseless onslaught to the very delicate functioning of our mountain ecosystem that seriously endangers the provision of energy, air, water, and other nutrients needed by all living creatures, and the ability to mitigate climate change.
True indeed, the drought has affected 40,000 acres of farmland and is expected to increase, foretelling a more grimmer scenario.
Much so that the damage to crops is now estimated at more than $61 million, and again, the Philippines, that has become the world's largest importer of rice, has added an additional import of 2.4 million tons of rice.
A sad fact, when in the past our country was self-sufficient in rice production and exporting rice.
The dry spell has also caused daily power outages that adversely affected human development.
This is further aggravated that today, its leaders and the government are much more preoccupied in this coming May election, where the problems confronting the country will not be given utmost attention.
Even after election, elected officials will take much time to organize, formulate, and implement action plans, including efforts to reform the government institutions to effect good governance, eradicate grafts and corruptions, and above all, bring back people's confidence in leaders and the government.
Yes, not an easy task. That will eat much time, that even after a term of office of a candidate, it can never be fully accomplished. That is, if we have chosen a strong and reformed leader that has the will to address the problems plaguing the country.
And of course, a vigilant civil society that will participate actively in guiding the destiny of our people and country. A long way to go. And worst, if we choose the wrong path, then we will be heading into a collision course with disaster.
Let us not be exploiters and destroyers of these nature's treasures, but instead, let us be noble masters and guardians of these living mountains, for within us lies the unique capacity and the ability to protect, preserve, and enhance the quality and conditions of these natural legacies.
This reinforces the UN Development International's appeal to ban climbing activities at Mount Apo and all mountains as the drought continues, in order to prevent forest fires.
Much so that more than a third of our forests have already been lost.
It is sad that deforestation continues unabated due to illegal logging, slash and burn techniques of farming, human encroachment, rural population expansion, and others.
Yes, the continuing disappearance of our forests poses great concern, for not only will it weaken the mountain's ability to support life and mitigate climate change, but also, due to the high levels of endemic species, where out of the 1,196 known species of amphibians, birds, mammals, and reptiles in the country, nearly 46% are endemic and 40% among plants.
Thus, we must expand our expression of justice, compassion, and harmony to the natural realm of Mother Earth, for just like human beings, mountains too are pained by countless neglect and abuses.
Above all, let us awaken the human heart with its healing and transforming power, and re-establish a productive and sustaining relationship between the legitimate demands of civilization and uncompromising reverence to the fragile resources of nature.
For a shattered component in this delicate chain of nature's bioprocesses could adversely affect the ecosystem and the world's environment and destroy our very existence, regardless of race, creed, nationality, or territory.
Once again, I am Jonathan Daniel.
And this is Jamila Lumacton.
And I am Imari Hilayo.
And I am Marc Colinares. Before we end this episode, allow us to re-echo part of the call to save the mountains of the world that was done in 2002 at the highest summit in the Philippines, Mount Apo.
We are calling upon all those who have the power, the opportunity, and the dedication to initiate, support, and maintain local, national, and global interaction,
where resources, expertise, and lessons and experiences are collectively pooled, institutionally arranged, and effectively utilized for a common direction.
To save the mountains of the world.
Let us be faithful to the privilege of our responsibility, because we only have
one world, one earth, one planet.